As I nervously made my way through the dimly lit hallways of the abandoned psychiatric hospital, I couldn't shake off the eerie feeling that was creeping up my spine. It had been my lifelong dream to explore this mysterious place, known as the Hallowed Halls, and now that I was finally here, I couldn't help but feel a sense of dread wash over me. Legend has it that in the late 1800s, this hospital was a place of healing for the mentally ill. However, as the years went by, rumors started spreading about mad doctors conducting gruesome experiments on their patients. It was even said that the hospital had a secret underground wing where the most disturbed patients were kept, away from the prying eyes of the public. Eventually, the hospital was shut down due to numerous reports of patient neglect and unexplained deaths. As I explored the different rooms and hallways, I couldn't shake off the feeling that I was being watched. The walls seemed to have a life of their own, and the faint sound of whispers filled the air. I brushed it off as my imagination playing tricks on me, but as I turned a corner, my heart nearly leaped out of my chest. Standing at the end of the hallway was a figure, draped in a white hospital gown, its back facing towards me. I could feel my blood run cold as I watched it slowly turn around to face me. Its eyes were hollow and black, and its mouth was twisted into a malevolent grin. I screamed and ran in the opposite direction, not looking back until I was safely outside. Shaken but determined, I convinced myself that I had imagined the whole encounter. I chalked it up to the creepy atmosphere inside the hospital and decided to continue my exploration. But as I made my way back inside, I couldn't shake off the feeling that I was being followed. As I entered the basement, I was hit with a wave of unexplainable sadness and despair. The walls were covered in peeling wallpaper, and the floorboards creaked under my weight. I made my way deeper into the maze of corridors, my flashlight being my only source of light. Suddenly, I heard the faint sound of music, a slow and haunting melody coming from somewhere within the dark depths of the basement. I followed the sound, my curiosity overpowering my fear. The closer I got, the louder the music became. Eventually, I found myself in front of a set of rusted doors, the music coming from behind them. I pushed them open and was immediately hit with a wave of cold air. The room was empty except for an old piano in the corner. The music was coming from it, but there was no one there. I approached the piano cautiously, my heart pounding in my chest. I looked at the sheet music resting on the dusty keys. It was a melancholic tune with the title Hallowed Halls. As I reached out to touch the keys, the music suddenly stopped, and my hand was met with a sharp pain. I pulled it back, horrified to see blood dripping from the keys. I quickly turned to leave, but the door wouldn't budge. It was like someone or something was holding it shut. Panic set in as I frantically tried to push open the door. Suddenly, the music started again, this time louder and more frantic. I could feel a presence behind me, its breath cold on the back of my neck. I closed my eyes and screamed, willing this nightmare to be over. As the music reached a crescendo, the door suddenly swung open, and I fell backward onto the floor. I scrambled to my feet, not daring to glance back as I ran out of the hospital, never looking back. Days went by, and I couldn't shake off the experience from my mind. Eventually, I convinced myself that it was all just a dream caused by my overactive imagination. But then, I received a package in the mail, a worn-out music box, with the same haunting tune playing when I opened it. I knew then that the haunting harmony of the Hallowed Halls was not just a figment of my imagination, but a warning to stay away from that cursed place. However, the music still echoes in my mind, a constant reminder of the horrors that lie within those abandoned walls. And from that day on, I never ventured near the Hallowed Halls again.